Today I'll be reacting to the best Larry Bird revenge story ever told, so let's go right into the video.
Charles Barkley had a handwritten letter delivered to Bill Laimbeer before playing a game against him. And it said, "Dear Bill, thank you. Sincerely, Charles Barkley." And as one might expect, they got into a fistfight that game.
And now Barkley gets into it, and he and Laimbeer, and now there are some punches thrown.
Man.
And when Robert Parrish...
Okay, now, could somebody tell me in the comments, was Bill Laimbeer like an actual good player? Like, I know he contributed to the Pistons going back to back, but was he actually a good player? Because every time I see Bill Laimbeer, he gets in a fight. Seriously. Of course, I never watched him before. I'm just asking, was he a good player? Every time I see him, he fights.
Laimbeer, and now there are some punches thrown.
And when Robert Parrish, who got into a fight with Laimbeer 3 years in a row, was questioned about Bill Laimbeer, he said, "I was always taught, if you can't say something nice about someone, then don't say anything at all. So I'm saying nothing at all." But nobody hated Bill Laimbeer more than Larry Bird.
I never really ever liked Laimbeer in any social situation.
No.
Yeah.
And it's because he was a dirty player. The 80s, when I played, there was a lot of cheap shots. If you go back and watch the Pistons playing against Chicago, I mean, Michael and Scotty were getting pounded. And a lot of it happened after the whistle. You're going in and you get fouled and the guy goes ahead and tries to, that's a free foul. Ricky Mahorn, he'd hit you and all that, but he'd hit you, you know you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
But he didn't try to maim you.
Right.
Bill tried to hurt you.
Oh my goodness, wait, hold up. We gotta go back to, bro, this is my thing. If you gonna bump and push players, that's one thing, I ain't mad at that. But my thing is, when a player going up in the air and you're not even trying to go for the ball, you's legit trying to tackle them in the air. They going up you. Dang. You're not even trying to hoop, you're trying to fight. Come on. And man, Bill Laimbeer was not playing though. That man had bad intentions with everyone. Whoa. I gotta go back to that. Wait, let me go further.
A lot of it happened after the whistle. You're going in and you get fouled and the guy goes ahead and tries to, that's a free foul.
Yo!
Ricky Mahorn, he'd hit you and all that, but he'd hit you, you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
But he didn't try to maim you.
Right.
Bill tried to hurt you.
Got it back, so they reset it at 5. Laimbeer walked with it, then committed a foul, knocked Bird to the floor. Celtics are very unhappy about it.
Yeah, caught Bird in the jaw.
Yeah.
And Larry's a little upset.
And, he was one of them guys, you shoot a jumper, he tried to slide his foot underneath your ankle so you could twist your ankle. And that's why Parrish
Did he
always
really used to do that?
If you watch any of our old games, Parrish was always twisting his ankle against the Pistons. So one time I shot a jumper and Laimbeer did it to me and I stepped on his foot, but I stepped on a high and twist my ankle. I don't know, a quarter or two later, he was shooting that jumper. I slid mine on there. That's the last time he ever did it.
Really?
Yeah.
And when Bill
Yeah, stuff like that. Somebody trying to shoot a jump shot and you putting your foot under them, when they're in the air, that ain't right. See, that's not right. See that ain't right at all. Come on, you're not even trying to hoop. You really there's one thing you're trying to get in a player's head, trying to intimidate them, but at that point you're just trying to hurt them. Come on, man, that's wild though. That's wild. I have no problem with players trying to get in each other's head, but that's kind of too far though. You actually legit trying to hurt them? Nah, that's wild.
Jumper. I slid mine on there. That's the last time he ever did it.
Really?
Yeah.
And when Bill Laimbeer was called the NBA's dirtiest player by...
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm not mad at Larry Bird for doing that back to Laimbeer, by the way. Because I'm hey, you trying to hurt me? Okay, let me see when I'm trying to hurt you. Yeah, okay, don't try that again. Yeah, okay, I see, don't try that again. All right, I ain't mad at Bird for that. I ain't mad at him for that. Okay, you out here trying to hurt me? Let's see how you like it. Oh yeah, he said Bill Laimbeer never try that again.
Really?
Yeah.
And when Bill Laimbeer was called the NBA's dirtiest player by Michael Jordan...
Laimbeer and Jordan. Yes, indeed. There are punches thrown.
He responded in a way that really showed his true colors.
Michael Jordan may be a very good, outstanding basketball player, but as a individual, down-to-earth, heart person, he has, who is he? Who cares about him? All he does is play basketball. In the world, he's this big.
Yeah, I can see why nobody liked him. And during the 1986 season, when the All-Star team had just been announced, Bird asked a group of reporters if Laimbeer who had been an all-star the last 3 years with the Pistons, had made the team again. And when he heard Laimbeer was not selected, Larry Bird said, "Good. Now I won't have to worry about him getting on the bus and saying, 'Hi, Larry,' and me having to say, 'You, Bill.'" But that year, they would still see each other in the playoffs.
I was always the one that came out first, and there's always a leprechaun out on the floor. I'd go out and spit right on the leprechaun, rub my foot in it, and then go down and make a big dunk. Away we went.
There's certain things like players like I just don't like them doing. Like for example, Bill Laimbeer, like you going on the like Celtic and you scuffing on and you stepping on it, like honestly, like in my opinion, like there's no problem with it. In my opinion, you need people like him on your team, like just to give your team that extra edge. Like for example, with the Golden State Warriors, you have Draymond. You need people on your team like that to give like an extra edge. Now I have no problem with you talking trash to players, you bumping them here and there. Like he was stepping like on the Celtics logo in the middle of the court. Like I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Like you need players like that just to give you an extra edge. It's just my problem is when you go too far. Like you tackling people in the air. Like you're not trying to block the shot. You going for their neck. Like like it's just stuff like that. It's like, wait, hold up. I have no problem with you trying to get in their head, bump them, like stuff like that. I have no problem with that. Little pushes here and there. I'm not mad at that. You need players on your team with an edge like that. But I feel like sometimes players like that, they go a little too far. But you do need players like Bill Laimbeer on your team just to give y'all an extra edge.
Rub my foot in it and then go down and make a big dunk. Away we went.
The tension was obviously high, and in one game, Robert Parrish said, "I feel like Laimbeer took some cheap shots at me. I guarantee something will break out if they let it go next time." And though nothing happened the rest of that series, the very next year, they met again in the Eastern Conference Finals. And in Game 4, it got crazy.
Open people.
C-Sting, and 24-second clock goes down, and Bird and Laimbeer go at it. Larry Bird and Bill Laimbeer have both been ejected from the game.
Now there's Bird throwing the ball at Laimbeer, and Rodman coming over.
Larry Bird said, "Laimbeer was backing away from me and didn't want any part of me. I wish they would have cleared the court for about 15 minutes and just let us go at each other." And Bill Laimbeer, in classic Bill Laimbeer fashion, he said, "I didn't do a thing. I tried to grab hold of him to break his fall, and Larry came up swinging. I was victimized." And Larry Bird responded, "Sure, he wasn't trying to hurt me. And I was trying to throw the ball at the referee. Bill's face just got in the way."
When you play the same...
Hey, no, that's hilarious. No, that's hilarious. What? Bill talking about he trying to... he talking about he trying to help Larry Bird. Bro, you was trying to send that brother to the hospital. What? He talking about I was victimized. No, Bill Laimbeer funny for that. Now, that's actually funny. Then Larry Bird, he said I was going for the referee. Bill's face just got in the way. No, that's hilarious. I'm not even going to play. That was funny. But that tackle on Larry Bird was nuts, though. Hold up. Bro was even trying to go for the ball or trying to catch Larry Bird. He straight up tackled bro. Nah, this is crazy. What? That whole interaction was hilarious.
It got crazy.
Open people.
C-Sting, and 24-second clock goes down, and Bird and Laimbeer go at it. Larry Bird and Bill Laimbeer have both been ejected from the game.
Now there's Bird throwing the ball at Laimbeer, and Rodman coming over.
Larry Bird said, "Laimbeer was backing away from me and didn't want any part of me."
I was about to say why Larry Bird got ejected, but he threw the ball at Laimbeer. I'm not mad at that. I mean, you can't get mad at Larry Bird for doing that, can you? Like, come on. Honestly, I would have probably let that pass. But that's just me, though. But I'm not a ref. Honestly, like, you can't get mad at Larry Bird for that, though.
Now there's Bird throwing the ball at Laimbeer, and Rodman coming over.
Larry Bird said, "Laimbeer was backing away from me and didn't want any part of me. I wish they would have cleared the court for about 15 minutes and just let us go at each other." And Bill Laimbeer, in classic Bill Laimbeer fashion, he said, "I didn't do a thing. I tried to grab hold of him to break his fall, and Larry came up swinging. I was victimized." And Larry Bird responded, "Sure, he wasn't trying to hurt me. and I was trying to throw the ball at the referee. Bill's face just got in the way.
When you play the same team 4, 5, 6, 7 times right in a row within the space of about 2 weeks, it's got to be bad temper. Our ball club, I always feel, were retaliators, not instigators. And I think the other team, like Detroit, they are the instigators.
And in that next game, when Bill Laimbeer tried to come out and shake Larry Bird's hand, Larry looked at Bill and said, "Move yourself. I always have respect for my opponents," Larry said. "But in my instance, I think Laimbeer was trying to hurt me." So in Game 5, the Celtics got their revenge.
I was at the game, and the crowd just had so much hatred for Laimbeer for that game. I've never been in any sort of a sporting event where the crowd hated a player that much. And I still am convinced to this day that the crowd convinced Parrish to punch him in the second quarter.
Oh, no question.
Very gingerly tried to shoot that shot.
Nice play by Darren Day. It doesn't fall. The tip by Parrish. He can't get it to fall, and Parrish takes Laimbeer to the ground with a right forearm.
Wait, hold on. Let me go back. Make sure.
Nice play by Darren Day. It doesn't fall. The tip by Parrish. He can't get it to fall, and Parrish takes Laimbeer to the ground with a right forearm. Well, they had said it was only a matter of time till somebody did this.
Laimbeer, he had it coming. He had it coming.
Because you watch the replay and it was like barely he did anything.
It could have happened 2 plays before.
The cameras just got the part where Robert got mad, see? But nobody saw Laimbeer's elbow that hit him in the neck, right by the Adam's apple. And all he did was react because people are sick and tired of this guy with the baby face, putting his hands up all the time. Who, me? Meanwhile, he'll sucker punch you, he'll do everything in the game. So as I said once before, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Yeah, I was kind of looking over my shoulder, Max. I thought I was going to get sucker punched, to be honest. In the heat of the battle, we exchanged a few unpleasantries, then a few elbows that passed between us, and then I just lost throwing punches. So I couldn't believe I lost my composure like that. That was the first time ever.
This play epitomized 80s basketball because not only did this flurry of punches result in no ejections and no technicals, but they didn't even call a foul. They just kept playing. Larry Bird.
Nah, that's actually wild. Now that's actually funny. Nobody got ejected, nobody got a tech, and they didn't even call a foul. Now that's hilarious. Now that's actually funny. Oh no, that's actually funny. The refereeing and like how the game is today is like so different. But that's just like the evolution of basketball. Something's gonna change. The offense changes. The players coming to NBA different, taller, more athletic. Players now shooting half court. We got 7-footers out here shooting 3-pointers like it's nothing. Like it's just so funny how times are different now in the NBA compared to back then.
Even call a foul. They just kept playing. Larry Bird called it a good deed. But sometimes, in the words of the great Frank Sinatra, the best revenge is massive success. Because later on that game, Larry Bird made the greatest play of his entire career.
We knew we had to win that game. Both teams knew that whoever won Game 5 was probably going to win the series. Casey had to play the starters almost the whole game. And so our guys were just completely worn out.
There's Bird off the screen from the corner. Big basket by Larry Bird. That's a 2-pointer. Detroit by 3 with 1:13, and Bird has 36.
The Celtics had been to the finals in 84, 85, 86, and now it's 87. We're all beat up. The guys that are playing are hurt. So, it was just guts. It was just a guts and pride.
3:41 to go in the game. Detroit leading by 2, and that man is playing on nothing but heart. He went out with an ankle injury that would keep most people out of the game, came back in, and now he's twisted it again.
Now, the Boston moment, that was a heartbreaking moment. What was heartbreaking about that moment is I had made the game-winning shot.
Everybody wants wants to beat the Pistons. Right now, Boston is first in line in that desire. They lead by 1, 27 seconds to go.
But I was on Isaiah Thomas, and he went one-on-one against me at the top of the floor. I thought I played pretty good defense, and Isaiah didn't get in the paint, and he took a jump shot, a contested jump shot, and it went in.
Out on the top of the floor against Seaston.
16 seconds. Seaston right in his face. Thomas with a very big bucket.
We go to the timeout. We know Bird's going to get it either on the left side or the right side. And we got the play figured out. We send him left. About 5 of us come over there to try to block the shot.
There's Bird with the ball against Mahone.
He'll take it to the hoop. You can bet. He's going to try to draw a foul.
It's blocked. And Seaston hit it off of a Detroit player. No.
Ball goes out of bounds. And I'll never forget, everything just started. It went in slow motion. So I run over. We look at the bench. No timeout, nothing. So I run over and I grab the ball.
Detroit should have called a timeout, Brian, because they had a timeout left. They could advance the ball down to the other end of the floor. There's a shot somewhere. There's a photo that I saw that Chuck Daly is standing by their bench with his hands up, calling timeout. Isaiah, I remember to this day, he's standing there like this to the referee. Give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball.
So I grabbed the ball from the referee. Laimbeer's a good foul shooter. I never had taken the ball out. That wasn't my thing, right? I throw it up. Bird sneaks in. I didn't even see him.
Bird was moving right when he was inbounding the pass. And when you look at it from a couple different film angles, I mean, he threw it right to him on the move. And I had my back to where he was stealing the ball. So when I turned around, I was probably more shocked than anybody in the whole stadium that Bird had the ball in his hands.
And this is probably one of the most incredible plays that's ever happened against me and that probably I've ever witnessed. From an athletic standpoint, 2 people being in sync and just Bird just playing every second. And that's what the Celtics taught us, to play every second, not to play 47 and a half minutes, but to play a full 48.
Nah, that's actually crazy though, because I was being silent for a little bit because I was trying to hear out like the full story of what went on. Because in my mindset, I'm like, why did he rush that? Like, I really was trying to understand that. Like, I don't know if Isaiah Thomas, he was happy for the moment. Like, that whole situation was just crazy. Like, it was just so crazy because they pretty much executed everything too. Isaiah Thomas made a great contested jump shot. They got the stop on Larry Bird. That was great defense by the Pistons, but it was just so much. I don't know if he was happy about the moment. He was celebrating early. Like, I don't know what was happening with that. They had a timeout left. He said he never inbounded the ball before. I understand he was trying to get it in quick. I don't know if he was trying to get it in quick before the Celtics set up their defense. I'm still just trying to like hear out the story. That's why I was kind of like quiet a little bit. I wasn't pausing the video like that because I was trying to hear like the full story of what was going on. I'm not gonna lie. That's still probably one of the most craziest sequences in NBA history. Like, that was insane because everything went great for the Pistons. They executed everything. We got the lead with a great shot, and we stopped Larry Bird on defense. All we gotta do is inbound the ball, and that's game pretty much. That's it. We pretty much got this series. Great defense by Larry Bird. Great awareness by Larry Bird. Larry Bird IQ is off the charts. That was crazy.
Probably I've ever witnessed. From an athletic standpoint, 2 people being in sync and just Bird just playing every second. And that's what the Celtics taught us, to play every second, not to play 47 and a half minutes, but to play a full 48.
And he had a smirk on it. He knew the game was over, and he almost had a smile on his face when they gave him the ball, and he did not see Bird at all.
But the thing I remember the most is that Joker. This is the out of bounds line. That Joker caught the ball, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, he going out of bounds. That dude did this, like a ballerina, right? And if you go back and you watch the play, that dude is on his toes. The baseline is right up under his toes. And in my mind, he must have stood there for about 5 seconds because everything was going in slow motion in my mind, right? And it's like, how are you doing that? And then DJ, out of nowhere, right? They are so in tune. They are so in sync. He catches the, Bird hits him. He catches the basketball, lay it up.
Now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ, lays it in. Right up, 1 second left. What a play by Bird.
I'm walking to the huddle, and as I come back out of the huddle, right, we try to take the ball out of bounds or whatever. Larry walks by and he goes, wow. Winks at me, right? I'm like,
The Celtics won that series in 7 games. And when Bill Laimbeer tried to shake Larry Bird's hand again, Larry just ignored it and walked straight through it. Larry Bird said, "I don't like Bill Laimbeer. Why should I shake his hand?" Even Isaiah Thomas, who was Bill Laimbeer's teammate for 11 years on the Bad Boy Pistons, had this to say about him. "To tell you the truth, if I didn't know Bill, I wouldn't like him either." And when the Celtics retired Larry Bird's jersey in 1993, that hatred was still there.
Thank you. This seems like a perfect night. I mean, except for the fact that Bill Laimbeer couldn't be here. What would you tell him if he was?
We would probably hang him up with my my number.
Because back in the day, the animosity was not for show. When they hated each other, they really hated each other.
That's wild. These images are crazy. No, but Larry Bird funny for that. That man stole the ball, right, from Isaiah Thomas. Great pass to Dennis Johnson. Good finish by Dennis Johnson. But Isaiah Thomas said coming out the huddle, Larry Bird winked at him. Larry Bird is a savage. No, Larry Bird funny for that one. No, that's hilarious. I'm telling you, I think Isaiah Thomas, bro, got excited. They was about to win. I think that was it. Bro just got excited. He like, okay, I'm going to pass this basketball out to Laimbeer. He makes some free throws. We win this game. But we winning either way. So I'm telling you, he got real excited. I'm telling you that, and that's exactly what happened. He got real excited. He thought they won, and no, you got to keep playing. The game ain't over yet. That's what he said. That's what the Celtics taught them. They got to play every single minute. He think, okay, we got to stop on Larry Bird. Game over. Like, nah, the clock don't say 0, brother. The clock don't say 0. You got to keep playing. Man, that was crazy. That was a great steal and pass from Larry Bird, though. The IQ was crazy. To see, Isaiah Thomas passing out the ball, steal the ball, then the awareness to not step out of bounds. Then he got the awareness to see Dennis Johnson. Then he go pass Dennis Johnson the ball, and he got it laying up. That whole thing was just strictly IQ from Larry Bird. Nah. But these images right here, nah. These images are insane. Wait, I want to go back to the first one, though. I want to go to the one with Julius Erving and Larry Bird. That one.
Because back in the day, the animosity was not for show. When they hated each other.
Like, look at this image. This image is insane. What? In today's NBA, if 2 players grabbed each other like this, that's like a good 30-40 game suspension. It have to be. They was not playing.
Each other, they really hated each other. And it didn't stop when they retired. They were enemies for life.
I hate Larry Bird, but I respect that man.
I respect Isaiah Thomas's talent. No matter how much I hate him, I respect his game.
But Bill Laimbeer's hate was on another level because he didn't respect anybody, not even his own teammates. In his last Detroit Pistons practice before he retired, Laimbeer elbowed the star player Isaiah Thomas and broke his rib. And when Isaiah Thomas got angry, Laimbeer elbowed him again. Bill Laimbeer once said, "I don't fight, I agitate, then walk away." But this time, Isaiah Thomas didn't let him walk away, because in retaliation, Isaiah Thomas punched Bill Laimbeer in the head, breaking his own hand, resulting in Isaiah being sidelined for 8 weeks. Like I said, I can see why nobody liked him.
What? What was Laimbeer on? Why would you do that? Why? Why did Laimbeer do that to Isaiah? I don't know what to say for that. Wait, why did you elbow him and you broke his ribs? Like, bro, you in practice. This your teammate, dude. Nah, that's insane. That isn't... What? Like, what's the purpose for you getting out of that? What's the purpose of you getting out that? Elbowing Isaiah Thomas, you breaking his rib. Do you gonna walk away? You think he wasn't gonna do nothing? Nah, man, Laimbeer wild for that. You see, like, you can hate, like, Michael Jordan. He talking about as much as he hate Isaiah Thomas, he respected him. Michael Cooper talking about how much he hated Larry Bird, he respect him. See, that's how you're supposed to go at it at basketball. Like, either way, even if you hate the guy, you still gotta respect him, no? Like, come on. That's insane. Like, why did you do that to your own teammate? What is the purpose of that? That's crazy. I don't know what Laimbeer was on that day. That makes no sense at all. Absolutely no sense.
Bill Laimbeer in the head, breaking his own hand, resulting in Isaiah being sidelined for 8 weeks. Like I said, I can see why nobody liked him.
I don't give an inch at all on the court. I don't give anybody any respect. I think that's the major problem with a lot of other players is I don't respect their game. If they happen to get in the way, well, that's not my fault. That's their fault. I make no apologies for my game throughout my career. Whatever the general public thinks about my style of play, I really could care less.
You left a bad blood on the court for the most part, but not with Laimbeer. You never really ever liked Laimbeer in any social situation.
No.
Yeah.
And it's because he was a dirty player.
Larry Bird's sitting next to you right now. Would you talk to him? Would you have a conversation with him? What would you say?
I'd probably go to a different table.
That video was insane. Like, that video was wild. Man, what was Bill Laimbeer on? Like I said earlier in the video, I understand you might hate the player, but you still gotta respect them as a player, dude. You can't go out there and try to hurt people. Not like I said, you can step on the logo, whatever you wanna do. You wanna step on it, scuff it. You wanna bump the player, push the player. But it gets too far when they shooting. You putting your leg under them. They going up in the air. You grabbing for their neck. Like that's too far. I feel like that's too far. But if you wanna bump them here, push them there, talk trash, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Like little pushes, you going back on defense, you bumping into them. Like I got no problem with that. Like little nudges, I got no problem with that. Because usually everyone tends to. Well, I'm not gonna say everyone does that, but I'm saying like you tend to get that on a basketball court. But come on, man, like that's wild. Then your own teammate at practice. That last story with him and Isaiah Thomas was crazy. Why did you elbow your own teammate practice and end up breaking his ribs? Like, what is your purpose for that? Like, what is your purpose? Nah, that was crazy. Shout out to Larry Bird though for that play though. That's stealing that basketball from Isaiah Thomas, passing to Dennis Johnson for that layup. That was a great moment in NBA history. Especially it was in clutch time too. Yeah, that was a great moment. So drop down in the comments below y'all thoughts about this video, your thoughts about Larry Bird, Bill Laimbeer, Isaiah Thomas, the Celtics Pistons rivalry. Just drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm curious to see what you all think, and I hope everyone have a blessed day. I'm out.